1 Kings is part of the Old Testament in the Christian Bible, and the narrative histories in the Hebrew Bible. It tells the story of the ancient kingdom of Israel, starting from the final days of King David and continuing through the reigns of his son Solomon and several other kings, culminating with the downfall of the northern kingdom. The book starts with the aging King David. Adonijah, one of his sons, declares himself as the successor. However, David, advised by the prophet Nathan and Bathsheba, declares Solomon as his successor. After David's death, Solomon establishes his rule by eliminating his political and royal rivals. The first half of 1 Kings largely focuses on Solomon's reign, chapters 1 to 11. This includes the construction of the temple in Jerusalem, also known as Solomon's Temple, which becomes the center of Israel's religious life and symbolizes God's presence with the Israelites. Solomon prays for wisdom and leads the nation into a period of peace, prosperity, and wisdom. However, Solomon's weakness for foreign women leads him to stray from God's commands. He permits and even engages in idolatrous worship. This angers God, who foretells the division of the kingdom after Solomon's death. The second half of 1 Kings covers the division of the kingdom into two parts: Israel, the 10 northern tribes, and Judah, the tribes of Judah and Benjamin in the south, and the rulers of these divided kingdoms, chapters 12 to 22. The northern kingdom, called Israel, is frequently criticized for its idolatry and wicked kings, most notably Ahab and his infamous queen, Jezebel, who promote the worship of the Canaanite god Baal. The prophets Elijah and Elisha play crucial roles in these chapters. Elijah confronts Ahab and predicts a severe drought as punishment for Israel's sins. He famously triumphs over the prophets of Baal in a contest on Mount Carmel, demonstrating God's superiority. Yet, the relentless persecution from Jezebel forces him to flee into the wilderness where he has a profound encounter with God. Despite these divine interventions, the kings continue to lead Israel and Judah further away from God, with a few exceptions like King Asa and King Jehoshaphat of Judah who enact religious reforms. However, the ongoing pattern of disobedience signals the eventual downfall of the Israelites. The book concludes with the death of Ahab in a battle against the Syrians, as prophesied by the prophet Micaiah. Ahab's death symbolizes God's judgment on his wicked reign. Overall, the book of 1 Kings shows the importance of obedience to God's law, the dangers of idolatry, and the futility of worldly power and wealth without godliness. It highlights that the strength of the nation is directly tied to their faithfulness to God, and failure to follow God's commandments will lead to downfall.